I am at Kampala Hospital in Kololo, and I am going to speak to Dr. Martin Adupet, who is an obstetrician and gynecologist. And the topic of discussion this morning is the do's and don'ts of the first pregnancy trimester. Good morning, doctor. How are you?
Morning, Sandra. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm fine, fine. Thank you.
Yeah.
So now I would like to know, yeah, because I know the do's and don'ts of the first trimester, but many women and men out there, they don't know. And most of the women actually don't know when they are pregnant. They get to realize much later. So I think to break the ice on that is like, what are the telltale signs that you're pregnant, that you're expecting?
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Sandra, for hosting me. And like you say, it's a very important topic that
Yes,
we're going
it
to
is.
discuss, antenatal care. Okay.
Yes.
So if you could allow me, I'll just start by explaining what antenatal care is all about.
Yes.
Antenatal care is care given to a pregnant woman from the moment she conceives
Yeah.
throughout the whole duration of her pregnancy and until the time she gives birth.
Yes.
That's antenatal.
Yeah.
Ideally, it is defined as routine care given, but I don't like that word routine because routine makes it seem unnecessary, boring, yet it's a very critical,
It's a vital.
very vital program given to any pregnant woman
Yeah.
from the moment she conceives until she gives birth.
So how does a woman, like the telltale signs of, like, I'm pregnant? Most women don't know they are pregnant.
Most women do not know they are pregnant actually, and that's why most times people start late.
Yeah, they start
People
late
start
their
their
antenatal.
late. They start
Yeah.
as late as 4 months, 5
Oh,
months.
that's late.
Yeah, very, very late. And this is because for most ladies, their period is very irregular. There are many
Yeah.
who miss a couple of months or 3 months.
Yeah.
And if you really want me to be honest, what are the telltale signs? You know the usual telltale signs that people talk about: nausea, vomiting, morning sickness,
Forgetfulness.
forgetfulness. These ones don't start immediately. They start
Yeah.
after 2 months, 10 weeks and above. So most of the time, by the time they start getting these symptoms, they're even getting out of the first trimester.
I see.
Yes. They do not, the moment you conceive like this, know that you get those, those signs that I'm pregnant.
Yeah.
No. The pregnancy hormones need to reach a certain
Gradually.
level, gradually increase before you can say I'm now pregnant. I have morning sickness. I do
Yes.
not want to taste this. This smell is offensive. So most of our women here start antenatal and it's
Much
late.
later.
Yes, much later. Yet the World Health Organization recommends that you should start your antenatal the moment you miss your second period.
Yes. That means you're like 4 weeks in.
Yeah, about 4, 5, 6 weeks in. That is the best time to start antenatal, especially for women. You miss your first period. Most ladies miss a period. Maybe they're stressed at work, family
imbalance
pressure,
of hormones.
balancing of hormones. But by the time you miss the second period, usually we encourage women to go to a health center, go see a doctor, test, see if you're pregnant, and start antenatal care immediately.
So when you find out you're pregnant like this, the first do is take antenatal, start taking immediately. Go for antenatal.
The moment you find out you're pregnant, Sandra, go to the hospital and see a qualified health worker who will ask for a pregnancy test to see if you're pregnant.
Okay.
The moment they confirm you're pregnant, you will start antenatal at the recommendation of the health worker.
Okay.
Yes. Now that first visit is very, very important. It's what we call booking visit.
Okay.
The booking visit is where we take the history of the patient, we find out how the patient is.
Any underlying conditions.
Any underlying conditions, we really take a comprehensive history, what we call history. We want to find out your family members, any family member of yours with diabetes, any family member with
high blood pressure,
issues or familial diseases which will be passed on to you and can affect your born child.
Okay.
So that first visit, which you call booking visit, is very important.
Okay.
So we take history, we examine you. Are you too short? Are you too tall?
How does that play out? Is it the weight of the child?
No. Now it will help me as your doctor who is taking care of you to determine how you're going to give birth at the end.
Okay.
You find a very short lady has a less chance of having a normal delivery as compared to someone who is very tall. But it's not always.
It's not always. Yeah, it's not written in stone.
A tall person cannot, and a short person can. And the third thing we do during this, what we call booking visit, this first visit, is we carry out some investigations.
What kind of
Now,
investigations?
these are what we call antenatal investigations, where we want to find out, do you have any infections which you can pass on to your unborn child?
Okay.
Do you have HIV? Do you have syphilis? Do you have hepatitis?
Yeah.
Do we need to give you some medication to protect your unborn baby, you know?
Okay.
We need to know your blood group because there might come a time where we need to transfuse you.
Yes.
We need to give you blood.
Yeah.
So all these things are done in that first visit.
So that first visit
It
is
very critical.
the keystone,
And it is very vital for
the
the woman.
cornerstone.
Not only do we do that, we also do a scan.
At the very first visit.
At the very
So
first
yes,
visit.
that's another do.
Yes.
When do you go in for that first scan? Because the first scan then tells you about the baby's heartbeat.
The first scan tells you very, very many things.
Okay.
And the first scan, we want to do it in the first trimester.
Okay.
So before I go further, so pregnancy is divided into 3 trimesters, Sandra.
Yeah.
It's divided in, the first trimester is from when you conceive,
to 3
to
months.
between 12 and 14 weeks.
Yeah.
Because as gynecologists, we count in weeks.
In weeks, yeah.
So it's between 0 to 12 and 14 weeks. Second trimester is between 14 weeks to 28 weeks. And the third trimester is between 28 weeks and 40 weeks. Okay?
Yes.
So, WHO, again, I will state, recommends that a lady is supposed to have 8 antenatal visits. 3
yeah.
in the first 2 trimesters and 5 in the last trimester.
Okay.
So when you come for that first visit in the first trimester, aside from the history we'll take, examine you, and the investigations we do, we also have to do a scan, which will tell me many things. It will tell me how many babies you're carrying.
Yes, yeah.
It will tell me if the pregnancy is in the right place. If it's not in the right place, which is the uterus, is what we call an ectopic pregnancy.
Yes.
If we can get an ectopic pregnancy before it has ruptured, we can save that mother's tube.
Okay, this is the implantation in the tube.
Implantation in the tube.
So you move, you move the fetus.
We try and remove that fetus from the tube without taking you to surgery and cutting off that tube.
Okay.
As long as it hasn't ruptured.
Okay.
That is why it's very, very vital to have your antenatal in that first trimester.
Okay.
Yeah, it can tell us when you're going to give birth. You know, there are ladies who do not know when their last period was.
Yes.
So it's very difficult.
Estimated time of delivery.
Estimated time of delivery, as you call it. You know.
Yes.
Yeah. So those are some of the things we look out for in that scan, which will aid us in trying to help them.
Apart from a medical perspective, what is an expectant mother supposed to do? Like a diet, kinds of exercises. What else can she do?
Yeah.
What would you advise?
That's a very good question. So aside from you coming and I take your history, and I examine you and I carry out all those investigations and give you certain medication, I also have what we call a frank health discussion with you. Okay? Health educate you. And there are many things I talk about, or there are many things a gynecologist or a health worker is supposed to talk about with a pregnant woman. Yeah. You know, diet is one of them. I have to advise you on a balanced diet, on the importance of fruits, vegetables, such refuges which will help you and your unborn baby. Okay.
Yes.
I advise you on avoiding certain things
like
alcohol, like any illicit drugs.
Also fizzy drinks. Are fizzy drinks good, like soda?
So with pregnancy, I like categorizing them into 3 aspects. There are those which are harmful to the baby.
Okay.
Cocaine, drugs, booze.
No.
Those are a no-no. Those are very harmful to an unborn child.
Yes.
Especially in the first trimester, which we call the period of organogenesis. Organogenesis is a period where organs are being formed.
Okay.
This happens, Sandra, in the first 3 to 4 months. So if you take anything which we call teratogenic, it will affect the well-being and development of the child, organs.
Unborn child.
Yes. So the first category are those ones which are harmful. The second category are things which are beneficial. Vegetables, fruits, you know, such things. I'll tell you, take those ones. And then the third category are those which are neither harmful nor beneficial.
I'm intrigued, like?
Sodas.
Okay.
Yes, so sodas, they will not harm your baby, but they will not give you any benefit.
Okay.
Yes, so it's on a case-by-case basis, because you'll find some pregnant women
some are diabetic, so they should stay away from soda, definitely.
Yes, but someone is not diabetic,
can
but she doesn't want to drink anything. She doesn't want water.
She has that craving.
She has that craving for soda. Once in a while, you can take it. It will have no harm on the baby. It will have no harm on you.
Okay.
So aside from diet, we also talk
what
about
kind of exercises?
So
because there's some that are restricted.
Exactly. So with exercise, I always advise ladies not to do anything new because they're pregnant, you know. Is a lady who has never gone to the gym, she has never done aerobics, she has never done yoga, she has never done anything. So suddenly she feels because she's pregnant, she wants to do all those things.
Yeah.
So with exercise, I say start small. Simple walking. Instead of using an elevator, use the steps.
Yeah.
You know, instead of using a border like from here to about 2-3 kilometers, walk.
Yeah.
You know, and don't walk lazily. Walk in like
briskly.
Briskly. 15 minutes, 20 minutes every day.
It's actually a good workout.
Yes, yes, yes. So I don't mean when you come and see me or go to the gym, subscribe. You know, start pumping weights. You know, no. Do normal exercise. You know, instead of using a border, walk.
And what of things like they say when you're pregnant, don't go to the steam and sauna. That it can harm the baby. Is that true?
Yeah. So with the reason why we discourage pregnant women from going and using sauna or steam is mainly because of the extreme temperature.
Okay.
You get me? So because of this extreme temperature in some of these places, it can affect an unborn baby.
Okay.
An unborn baby, sorry, cannot its body temperature.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's up to the mother.
So if a lady really has, maybe she goes for it with the permission of her guy for not more than 5 to 10 minutes, only if she really feels. But we really recommend that because of that factor, the baby cannot regulate its temperature, that a mother is at risk of feeling nauseated, dizzy, and having a possible miscarriage, we try and tell you to completely avoid it. Okay. Yes. So sauna, steam bath, that kind of thing. Yeah. But more often than not, there are very few restrictions we give to mothers. You know, you'd expect a list of don'ts to be very long.
Yes.
But the don'ts are tailored to a particular mother. There are some who maybe are having bleeding episodes in her first trimester. Now that one will tell you don't exercise, don't drive, do more of resting. Yeah. But if she's having a normal, uneventful pregnancy with no major issues, 99% of the time we just tell you, go about your normal business.
Yeah, so it's not a copy and paste.
It's not a copy and paste that every single mother comes, oh, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. No. Everyone is tailored. Every advice I give you, every advice the health worker gives the mother is tailored to a particular mother's condition. Oh, yes.
That is very insightful, Doctor. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're very welcome.
Well, you had that from the good doctor, Dr. Martin Adupet. He's an obstetrician and a gynecologist. Now, an obstetrician is actually involved in taking care of the unborn child and the mother, the unborn child and the mother. That's what an obstetrician does. Well, that's all we had for you this morning on our segment of Wellness with me, Sandra Cole. But do not go anywhere because we have quite a show lined up for you.